If you want to help support the channel, check out my Teespring store. There's a link in the description and you'll find items such as this, a soy story. Alright, so I'm going to go over two articles here. We got this Call of Duty one, and then we also have one about Walmart telling their employees to take down anything that has FPS in it. Third person or first person, all of those got to go. So there's a really interesting article here. But I also want to talk about this because Activision is actually doing something that a lot of people aren't doing anymore, and that's saying, hey, we're not going to make our stuff political, which is almost something you should commend because a lot of people aren't willing to do that anymore. I remember one of my favorite, it's like the first video game article I ever covered back on my old channel, and it was that people were upset because Far Cry 5 didn't have Orange Man bad stuff in it because it takes place in the South. They're like, oh, they didn't have any of that Trump stuff. And people were all mad and they were throwing fits. It was really funny. It was really funny stuff. So when you have developers do this, they'll always write articles on you and say, oh, it needs to tell gamers they're wrong thinking. And I fully expect Kotaku and Polygon to bring this up and say that it needs to wrong think. It needs to tell gamers what's what, and they're wrong. Well, apparently they're not going to do that, which is a smart idea because Call of Duty already is not selling as well as it used to. So it's like, well, we want to keep who we got around and possibly grow that. I mean, we're bringing back Modern Warfare, which was our top seller, so why would we divide that audience even further? It's a smart move. But let's go ahead and see what they're saying here. Major video game publications are fascinated in topics surrounding real-world politics, and any recent interviews, most, if not all, questions directed at developers in current year deal with political stuff. In today's case, we have Call of Duty Modern Warfare devs explaining how the upcoming FPS title will not take any sides and make subjective statements on the sides portrayed in the Q4 2019 shooter, which I think is great. I'm actually looking forward to this game. I've already paid for it. It's ready to download as soon as it comes out. So I'm pretty excited about it. I really love the old Modern Warfares, and this looks fun. I'm actually more excited about the campaign for this one than I am the game, which is very rare. The last one I really enjoyed was the WW2 one that they just had like 2 years ago. I really liked that campaign a lot. So I'm hoping this one is just as good because this campaign looks really fun. I'm actually really excited about it. I think a few people are actually. So we'll see where it goes, right? And so what they want to ask is what happens to the people and proxies that vie for superpower in titles on both sides of the spectrum. I think that's a fair shake. I think that's okay. And we got some stuff coming out of a Game Informer interview. There's a video here. I'm not going to play the video because you know what'll happen. But they have some blurbs taken out of here that I think are worth bringing out. So if you skip the video, they asked him about Modern Warfare being political. And here is the answer. I don't think it's a political game. But the thing is, people read into that in different ways, right? That doesn't mean anything. The question is this a political game? Doesn't actually mean anything because what does the word political mean to you? Do we touch topics that bear a resemblance to the geopolitics of the world we live in today? Heck yeah. Because that is subject matter of Modern Warfare, which is true. That is absolutely a fair point, and that applies to a game like this. I think there's nothing wrong with going that route in games if it helps the game. But if you're just doing it to say people are wrong thinking and Orange Man bad, that doesn't add to the game. It's about, is the game going to be good? And that's what they seem to be shooting for here, and I respect that. So, are we telling a story that has anything to do with the specific governments of any countries that we are portraying? No. If you're asking like this, is Orange Man bad in the video game? No, he isn't. So I think this is the smart take, right? This is what people want. People don't want to be told if they're right or wrong. People just want to play the game and they want to have fun. That's what it's all about. I want to have fun. I do want a good story. Now, if you can make, stuff like that entertaining and it works for the game, that's fine. But most of the time, these creatively bankrupt people cannot do that. And it's straight up hand fisting and keyboard slamming, Orange Man bad garbage. And I'm thankful that they are not going that route. Hopefully they don't. I mean, we'll see. This could be pandering to be able to get people to buy the game, right? So we'll find out soon enough. Soon enough, we will know the truth. But if they're telling the truth, I totally expect Kotaku, Polygon, all those people to rage. It didn't the Orange Man bad though. We got an election coming up. So it's going to be fun to see. So anyway, the next one, talking about Walmart, and what they're doing is interesting. So I guess this is a new thing. You have employees leaking this out. Right here is immediate action, remove signing and displays referencing any kind of violence. Immediate action. And what they're doing is saying you need to turn off or unplug any video game display consoles that show a demo of violent games, specifically PlayStation and Xbox units. Anderson merchandisers will be in your store to update these demo units within the next week. So Anderson merchandisers is obviously, so that's somebody that will come in and, when you go into a store and if they have like an Xbox or something on display with games you can play, those people are the ones that bring them in there. And I think they also probably stock the actual video game shelves. I think that's all done by third party. So if you go in there, sometimes you see people in black shirts stocking the DVDs and stuff. If you ever go in on a new video game day or a new Tuesdays is a new media day. If you go in there, you usually see people in there fiddling around and changing movies out. I'm sure somebody knows what I'm talking about. But anyway, basically all the signing, everything has got to come down. And what's really interesting is to turn off any hunting season videos that might be playing in sporting goods. That's really interesting. So, I mean, hunting season is coming. Hunting season is right around the corner. And how do you turn that off in sporting goods? Isn't that what people are there for? That's kind of interesting. So the notice reads this: review your store for any signing or displays that contain violent images or aggressive behavior. Remove from the sales floor or turn off these items immediately. Like, what is somebody going to go and see these and go crazy? Use your best judgment when determining whether an element is appropriate. If you are unsure, remove the item or turn it off as a precautionary measure. Now, this is interesting because they have an idea of what they want. But this seems like it's more of a quick thing. They want to get these things off the floor. This is really strange because they're not saying that they're not going to sell the games, or are they? That's a really interesting question. So are they going to not sell M-rated games at Walmart? Because there's no way you have an FPS that's not at least M-rated. Heck, some are teen. The really soft ones. I think there's even been some teen Call of Duties. So you're not going to sell those now? It's a very interesting thing that they're doing here. So this is obviously an immediate response to the things that have happened over the past couple of days. You know what I'm talking about. And this seems to be their little baby shift move on this. But this is bringing about more questions to me. Are they going to stop selling these kinds of games? Now, I don't think this would really hurt sales too much. I think digital sales are way on the rise. I think you're seeing the end for them to even go through Walmart anymore or any of these stores. I know some people do like the physical stuff. I do as well. I just use Amazon now. I very rarely buy games in stores anymore because I just don't like going into them. Walmart I don't like because they try to check your receipts as you leave the store, which just really annoys me quite a bit. But the really interesting thing to see from here is, are they going to stop selling these games? So they say here, it's going to be a tough sell for retailers this fall if Walmart's wide sweeping ban on promoting these games stays in effect longer than a week. That's a good question too. Is this just a week thing? I think they're going to stop selling M-rated games. I don't think that they make that much money off of them. I think they're just there to be there. They already, and if you say, oh, you're crazy, they're not going to do that. Go look at their CDs, even though CDs really don't matter anymore. That's not a new thing with them. They actually don't sell any explicit CDs. You will find no CD at Walmart with a parental advisory on it. It's all edited, and everyone bends the knee to it. So if you ever went to a Walmart and bought an Eminem CD, back in the day, you got the edited version where they cut everything out. I've never actually listened to one, but I think he remade all the tracks to take all the swear words out. I'm not 100% certain on that. I could be wrong, but I am 100% certain that they don't sell any explicit CDs. So this will be interesting to follow. I'm wondering if they're going to make an announcement soon. We'll see. But for the time being, they're not going to promote these games in the store. So you won't see, Modern Warfare, Call of Duty, on sale now. You won't see any of that stuff. So we'll see what happens. But this is a very interesting development. Very interesting development. I will be following it and seeing what happens. So you have good news. Modern Warfare is not going to bend the knee, but Walmart is bending the knee. Not like Walmart, I guess, doesn't matter that much. But it's an interesting measure that they're taking against everything that's going on. Anyway, we'll see what happens. That's pretty much all I got. Like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Please share the video. Put it out somewhere. YouTube doesn't do that for us anymore. So it's awesome if you do share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed because that is also happening. Check out the links in the description. Trying to build up my Twitch platform where I can be untouchable like everybody over there is, it seems. I'll just get some melons and strap them on and I'd be okay, I think. So anyway, like, subscribe. Make sure you're still subscribed. Share the video. Check out my Twitch. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.